Hey guys, welcome back to Buster's Corner. Let's see, the microphone working? Yes, it is. We got Phillip Henry with us. We are doing the pre-race show. Is that what we call this? What do we call this thing? Pre-race review?
Yeah, pre-race show, pre-race review. It's all. I mean, I think it's all about the same thing.
It is semantics. All right. So Phillip and I have already ran a few laps, and we'll just take a look at some practice laps here. Here's Phillip's warm-up laps, if you will. Uh, First stint's always just breaking in the car and getting used to it. And then you got one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 laps on that. 7 laps on it there. So on that 7 laps, you still have your tire data for that 7 laps,
I
Phillip?
do have it.
What's your right front center and right rear center on 7 laps tire wear?
Right front is at 96, right rear is at 98. Temp right front 270, right rear temp is 277.
Pretty even.
Mm-hmm.
What was the wear on the right front? 90 what?
96. So it's wearing the right front a little bit more.
Yeah, you are. So looking at mine, wait, let me see. What was my laps I did on mine here? Where am I here? Right, this guy right here. And my laps. Oh, I only had 1, 3, 6 on my last stint. All right, and I'm at 98. That's you can't even tell. 98 right front, 99 right rear. That ain't nothing. You can't tell nothing by that. All right. Why don't you go ahead and jump in your car and do a few laps, and we're going to jump into your cockpit and watch the line that you're running and get a feel for the track from your point of view. Let me see here. Cockpit there. And double check. I got the chat window open over here. If people want to join in.
Now, it was last night. If anybody has the 1.2 I posted from last night, that was a fourth gear set. This one, currently, me and Bob were talking, and fifth gear. We decided to try, or Bob decided to try earlier on, and this one is. I switched this one over to a fifth gear. It's 1.3. I'll post it as well, but it seems like it stays in the power band just as long as the fourth gear set, but it has a little bit more get up at the for restarts, because when you're restarting in second with a fourth gear set, it is very first is too tall, but second seems a little bit too short.
Yeah, I like I said, I lost 2 spots last night coming off the line.
Or first is too short and second is too tall.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm looking at your RPM, and that's what I was looking for. 8,900 RPM at the end of that straightaway, and that's exactly what you hit. Maybe just a tad over, but oh,
I saved it barely.
yes, you did.
And one thing I noticed last night, and it's right here in 3 and 4, is this middle line seems to really get because nobody runs it, it seems to get a really good run because you get a little bit more cleaner air. I think somebody was talking about that in the Discord, is that kind of high entry, lower arc off the corner. I think it's easier for most people to kind of do in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4, you really got to get it. There's some bumps right there, and if you can kind of get it where it skips over those bumps, you really can get it where you just kind of hammer down and can really go after it.
Using the pavement to turn the car for you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this car is very, very low. I feel like compared to yours, when I was looking at your ride heights versus mine, I felt like my car just sat just so much lower. And I know you've talked about that before, but it's extremely odd to see the car bottom out for once and not get spun around.
Yeah.
That's a few laps in mine, and I think it's because it's probably bouncing more on the front than it is the rear for once in the diffuser.
All right, let's get off of this screen right here. Let's go take a look at how many laps you did right there. So 4 laps, 2, 3, 0 zeros. Yeah, that's right. And we're actually hot here. Folks, we're at 106 degrees. So I am dying, Phil, to find out what the server's going to be like tonight, because I don't think it's 106 in April in Chicago.
No, I don't either. And I've gotten temps all over the place. I've gotten some 80s, and I've gotten like this tonight. I've gotten 103 before this week.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Let's see this right here.
So I felt like it's been very inconsistent.
Yeah, it has. It has. I think even Tom was running the races this morning. He says 85 degrees of this track. I said, you need to get off that track because I don't think it's going to be that. You need to be back up at least in the hundreds where the rest of us have been. So, all right. Okay, this my turn. Okay, so this is 3.6, which has not been released. Actually, it was 3.5 before we got here, and then I made a minor adjustment when Phil. Phil, what gear are you running in fifth? Are you running the 3903?
No, I'm running the 3924.
3924. Oh, a little more RPM than I am.
Yeah, just a little bit. I felt like it was it's right there. I haven't redlined yet, but I feel like in the draft it's going to be redlined. The 903 may be the way to go.
Let's find out. All right, you can jump my cockpit and you can watch my RPM. You can see I got a fast lap so far of 0.809. That's my qualifying setup. No, it's not.
Yeah, qualifying times are a lot quicker this week than I was expecting. Maybe not as quick or as some of the other mile and a halves we've gone to here recently, but the bumpiness is definitely something to get a handle on.
So I'm dumping the throttle through here, then there's a white line there's that white line right there. That's my throttle on mark right there. If I can let the car rotate through the corner and get the left tire to that white mark, she'll clear the corner. And I'm also down here lower in the corner than what you were running.
Yeah, that's if you can get up. I feel like the
Okay, what's your RPM? What's your RPM? 80?
88, 50, 88, 60.
Oh, I didn't get to 89?
I don't think I saw an 89.
Okay, then I need to go change that gear.
You're probably going to have some draft pulling through.
Yeah, but there's not that much draft here. The draft isn't really sucking you up. I mean, yes, you want to play the draft game. That's true. But I don't think it's sucking you up and changing a whole lot of speed.
I saw 88.80.
Oh, I got green. I got a Delta green bar. Yeah, and so for my tires, the car's not coming until, was it lap 3 or 4? There you go, down. Hold it down there. Hold it down there, baby. Eat up that right front tire. Green, 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 green. 0.04 faster right there.
Oh wow, 30.76. That's getting down there. That's going to be a based on last night from the qualifying setup. That is or based on the race from last night. That was going to be a decent qualifying.
Well, I got more green on this lap.
I saw 89.
89? Okay. Come on, get up there, climb that hill, get down the hill. Oh, my green went to red. Okay. So the other thing on this track, and I mentioned it in the setup, do you cut the corner or not? And what I was saying in the setup video is follow the guy in front of you. If you just want to sit back and you're going to turn some laps and catch the leaders up front, whatever the guy in front of you do that. Don't split the guy off. Hold that draft down through there. So you can catch the lead pack. If the guy's slower than you, you want to make the pass, then definitely cut to the inside of him. The other thing I noticed in the practice race last night, guys were cutting the track late. So let me see if I can get around and show you. So you got to commit. I mean, if you're the inside car, you actually need to go up the rail. You can't say I'm gonna just hold the line. If you're the inside car coming through, you got two cars. You've got to make this shortcut. and give the other guy that dark line. Then the guy out there will come up into there. You're starting to exit. He's coming up in the middle of the thing right there. So that's kind of important. That's a good place to wreck right there. And say, oh well, I was coming down while I was coming up. I didn't see you. That's where your wrecks are going to happen right there.
Yeah, yeah. I was noticing a lot of people are exiting really exiting that trioval on the apron
Mm-hmm.
almost like directly after that start and finish line. And
Mm-hmm.
if you run that apron, you need to exit a lot later. You need to exit and get back on the track a lot later, almost as you get into turn one.
We can't. We can't. Because it doesn't set you up for the turn into turn one. If you exit that apron late, then you've got to really back out of throttle and hook that inside line right there.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you've got to get off as soon as just past the flag. You got to get back up off it so you get the arc in the lane. But that's what I'm saying. If you do that, then the guy on the outside, for some reason, decide he wants to cut 6 inches of that curb, and then you guys are door to door.
Hmm.
So it's got to be careful right there. All right. How many laps did I run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 laps. And my right front tire's at 98%, right rear's at 99, right front's at 252, right rear's at 258. That's exactly where I want it. But it's a short run, but that's exactly what I want. In the race I had last night, and here's something else. When I was practicing building the setup, you can drive, you can let off the gas just right and get just a perfect arc on every corner. Perfect, right? But now you get in the heat of battle, right? And you got Phillip Henry on your outside. He's dogging you. He's pinching you down low into turn one. I got to slow down and really crank this wheel over. And I'm turning my right front tire up.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was because of the line I run in 3 and 4. I felt like some people didn't realize that I was uh, maybe that close to them in 3 and 4.
Hmm.
I know a couple times me and Brian Bennett, we didn't ever make contact, but I think he realized that I was not as far up the track as he thought I was, and or he may have knew I was there the whole time, but he was just trying to you know inch away on around on that bottom, and you gotta hold it so tight off the corner here that you either gotta slide job them or back off on your exit.
Yeah, I watched you guys behind you quite a bit last night for some reason. Um, it was tricky to be behind you last night because of what you were taking. Well, I was jumping in my cockpit again, and there was a couple other guys last night. So as you come down here, everybody's up here on the wall. Well, actually not everybody, but if you're leading the race, let's say you're following one by one. So the lanes right here, as you look at this corner, this one here is supposed to be the top lane, and then this groove here is your middle lane, right? And then here's your bottom lane.
Hmm.
Well, the bottom lane wants really a lane and a half. Oops, ah dang it. So it's a wonder how I have an A license, isn't it? So so the bottom guy wants this plus a little bit, right?
Hmm.
And the middle lane wants this plus a little bit down here maybe. And the guy that's up here too far, he's probably bouncing around so much that this lane right here really doesn't exist. I think it's too
Yeah.
rough and too abrasive up here.
Hmm. No, I agree.
So we're fighting over really a lane and a half coming here through 3 and 4. Right? And the guy
Yeah.
here on the bottom, he really needs this to unleash and go up here to save those tires. So he wants to get to
Yeah.
the
So he's not
outside,
pushing it.
but it ain't happening. Then like you were saying, right, the guy's gonna cut this. And here's your start finish, so you pass the start finish. From here, I want to go straight across here
Yeah.
and pick this up as soon as I can to get here. I need to be here if I'm on the inside. If I wait too late, I'm down here coming into it and trying to rip it left.
Yeah, and then it really does not turn really good in 1 and 2 if you're down on the bottom.
Correct. So I mean, part of the track review is how to drive the track, but also the defensive areas. If if you want to be successful, you also need to think about what the other guy's problems are going to be going in the turn. He's going in too low. If that guy goes in that low, he's got to push up, right? Mechanically, physically, he's gonna. So I need to make sure I stay high because he's going to get ready to make a mistake, and I can avoid it by getting out of his way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So stuff to think about is not just what your car's doing, what the other guy's doing that you're driving next to, and his habits. They've all got bad habits.
Yeah. Everybody does.
Yep.
Everybody's got something.
Okay, we got some questions over here. What's the track temp? I'll bet it's going to be hot tonight. I'm all about that low line. This is RG50 Cal. Head on a swivel. Uh, Somebody said, yep. How many cautions tonight? I'm going to say 4. Now, RG50, I think you're wrong on 4. Right? So let's see. Usually, depends on what split you are in, though, right? Because
Yeah.
usually top split has a lot of yellows on first night because nobody gives an inch up there.
Mm-hmm.
The second and third split, they're usually pretty good. And the last split, that's just a wreck fest usually.
Yeah. I think the past couple, past couple mile and a halves, I think we've had about the first caution's usually around lap 18 to 25. And then you may get another caution around lap
Oh yeah.
60.
Yeah. So we ran 2 practice races, and it's right there about lap 13 to 15 comes out the first one. And those are the guys with the stock setups, and the cars are too loose and they start coming around. Um, and then actually last night it was again at lap 32, 35 was our second caution.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it
let's
was
see.
around 30, around 35, I want to say.
Yeah. And once we got past those two, then I think we had the 40 laps. No, we had a yellow at
Uh,
the end.
yeah, we had a green, white, checkered.
Let me check it. A question on the chat line says, "Will you beat Detective Jack Walls?" So in my video last night, if you haven't seen it yet, Phil, so Jack, right, the guy that's saving tires, came all the way from
Mm-hmm.
the back, right, and passed and won the race, right, because the guy just
Yeah.
saves tires. So I was sitting there getting bored, and I said, Jack Walls is a good name. It's like a detective name. You know what I mean? Hello, ma'am. I'm Detective
Mm-hmm.
Jack Walls. So that I did probably a 5 minute segment on "Hello, I'm Detective Jack Walls. How can I help you, ma'am?" So that's the joke they got over on who's can I beat Detective Jack Walls?
Yeah,
Uh,
he's probably going to have to change his name in the Discord now.
it is. It's just one of those great names. You know, people have just great names that just belong at a profession. You know,
Oh,
so
yes.
so that's funny. All right, buddy. What else we got? Anything else here? Are we good?
I think that's it. You're going to want to stay away from fighting off side by side,
Yes.
especially at 3 and 4.
Yes. Yes. You're definitely much better off if you can go if you follow a guy for a while, then I would do it. I think that's what Jack did last night. Just follow these guys for a while, let them burn up their tires. The hard chargers will burn up their tires really quick. They'll do
Mm-hmm.
it within 13 laps. We only got 4 sets of tires. That's the other thing. We only got 4 sets of tires, right? Um, so you got to make it at least 25 laps a turn. Oh, 3 sets. So you'll make lap 25, 50, and lap 75. Um, so at the C, so I guess you could change tires that often, but you're gonna lose track position, and track
Yeah.
position is gonna be important.
I think you're going to. I think there's going to be a chance there's going to be a caution, especially in around that lap 85 to 90. I think there's probably going to be some cautions, but yeah, you're good to take caution set of tires at 25, 50, and 75 on average.
Yeah, on a race like this, because if the cautions run out that way, so I know I can get probably about 45, 40 laps out of my tires before it gets unbearable. So I don't think I can go. I don't think I can really. I guess if I have to, I can probably go to 50 and go to halfway if I have to, but I really don't want to.
Hmm.
Um, I would like to probably. I'd probably like at 40. So if I was to push it all the way out, I'd probably do a 3 stop. Um, make 2 stops. I mean, if the thing went all the way from green to green. So that would be what, like lap 35 and lap 70? Yeah, yeah, 35 and
Yeah.
70 if it went stayed green. And then that leaves me a set for that last 10 laps to go green, white, checker.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely don't want to take more than three, unless you just get a bunch of cautions, and each one has been kind of evenly spaced. Um,
Yeah. Now, with the first race we did, I did see somebody was pitting like on lap 25 for tires. Thought he could make his lap back, but he didn't.
hmm,
Let me see here real quick, and then we're gonna shut this off right here. Bowman fan 48. Now, I was watching last night, and I noticed a uh, zero point 0.7 by I think his name was Austin. Is that like Q time for tonight? Um, I think Q times are going to be zeros and twos.
yes.
I've seen ones, and I think I saw a room the other day. Andrew, I think, was at a point oh something, but I think you're looking between zeros and twos for the poll, depending on what split you're in.
Mhm.
I
I don't think we'll see a 29. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. We may have some 29 nines. I think the track just is a little too bumpy compared to Kansas.
Yeah, the weather's got to be there. If we get a cold night, then
Yes.
I think we're there. But I think if we stay between say 95 to 105, I think we're looking at ones and twos.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but he didn't race, so who knows if he can. If he had a long run set. Oh, okay. They're talking about Austin when he came on and did the qualifying set. Yeah,
Mm.
Austin came in qualified and he had to go put his daughter to bed. That's what happened to Austin last time. Okay, buddy, we're out of here. Happy race day, man. Are you running the first run? You run the first race?
Yep. I'm gonna hope to. I'm gonna go
Oh,
eat some
oh
dinner,
yeah, we
and
got 20
hopefully I can
minutes.
make it for the. Yep.
We got 20 minutes. Okay,
Yep.
buddy. See you later.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Buster's Corner. We'll catch you guys next time.